Yo, 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 what's going on, world? Welcome to the episode 12 of the BMF Reverberation podcast on the Konfidence and the Klutch network. Shout out to all the listeners, subscribers, supporters. Shout out to YouTube. Yo, let's jump into it right away. I don't know. I just reconfigured the studio, so of course something happened again. No headphones, so I can't listen to my music. I might add it in later. But y'all already know. We ready? Let's roll. What we know so far. Episode 201. Meech is by himself. No T. He's out the game. Meech is a buyer and needs this guy named K9 to plug him. T is trying to do the right thing. LaWanda and T Jr. return. Lucille and Charles have issues. The family business is slow to make money. Coach Brian switched out the gun for B. Mickey. Coach Brian has a new partner Detective Jen, and is pressing B. Mickey for information on Meech. T is head over heels over Markeisha, an associate at the insurance firm. Meech wants to merge the 50 and 12th Street Boys into BMF. K9 kills Big L and gives Meech her lips in 20 kilos. B. Mickey is walking that tightrope. Maddie had to kill Kato and wants to stay out of jail for the two bodies he has. T finds out Lucille pushed LaWanda to leave him to force T out of the drug game, and he was not happy with that shit. Lamar's alive, episode 202. Meech is getting groomed by K9. BMF is setting up in Cleveland. T is struggling with Charles and how to run a family business and who runs it. Lucille opens up a credit card and Charles is pissed. They have an honest conversation. T gets the business, more clients, and stirs up trouble with another car service, Touch of Class. Charles hires another driver, a white woman named Denise. Meech sets up with Cuzzo James in Cleveland and gives a player deal to Rel, who crosses Meech. Meech pays Rel back by helping Miles with groceries and upping the strap on him in their house. B. Mickey gets help from Brian with moving his mother to a better hospital, and B gives up a stash spot. He's officially a snitch now. Lamar kills a cop and escapes the hospital with his cousin Alvin. 203. Meech has a baby with Mo. We didn't know that. Meech's cousin James said they got jacked, but he took the money, really. The D is headed for a drought. T and Nikki get into an accident. Touch of Class damaged their tires. B-Mick gave up a rival crew, not BMF to Bryant. K9 wants Meech to bring Travis alive. Lucille brings Pastor Swift into their bedroom. Charles doesn't like it. Meech is starting to see the effects of crack on his people, which is an addiction. Markeisha keeps giving T game. D fights back Touch of Class with T. Sugar in the tank of their cars and ruin Teeks, the owner of Touch of Class Brakes line. Brian showed B. Mick the ultrasound picture of Kato at a makeshift mobile morgue. He wants B. Mick to tell Meech he has a new plug. Jen deals with trauma from her past and saves a vet. B. Mick and Meech find Travis with Peaches. He busts and they bust back, killing him. Lamar woke up out of a body bag, showed up at Zoe's school, left them cream-filled Cadbury eggs at Maul's door. B. Mick doesn't commit to setting up Meech. Lamar rolled up the crew and shot Meech. Rolled up on the crew, shot Meech. 204. Meech caught 3 bullets. T came and took Meech from the hospital for safety reasons. Right as Lamar showed up at the hospital to kill Meech. Jen has Lamar and Meech at the station. The first one that yaps about who shot them gets to walk. BMF needs work, and B. Mickey ain't feeling T coming in making decisions for BMF when he's number 2 in control at this time. T gets Markeisha to hook him up with Boom. Boom gives them 5 kilos. Lucille was right, checking them hypocritians at church. Some of the 12th Street Boys step off from BMF, and Lamar killed them both for turning on him. T gets Denise to move 3 kilos for him to Lansing. She gets caught up by Brian and Jen. T has to leave the D for his fuck up and Meech for his safety. T and Markeisha getting in before he leaves. The boys head to Atlanta. Current episode, moment of truth. Synopsis. On the run, broke, and in search of a new plug, Meech and Terry discover the black mecca of Atlanta where they connect with old friends and make new allies. Man, what an episode. Favorite moment? Favorite quotable moments of the show? The intro with the boys singing the church song with the family on the road. They really got into it, really leaned into it. And then it's them on their own now, and they go ahead and sing the song. And they're like, man, we ain't heard that song in a while. You know, regardless of how wild some people may be, they do have those rules. They do have church. They do have what word I'm looking for? Ethics. Even though they may do wild shit in the street, they still have that base that they can always tap into when they need to. Meech and T don't run these streets no more. I do. Lamar to the cat in the diner. I'm Goldie. I run shit. Goldie to Meech. And Monique, well, we're gonna touch on Monique later. Man, chances make champions. Meech to T. I love that. I love that quote. Chances make champions. You got to take chances. You know what I mean? And you can win on them chances. You can lose as well, but chances make champions. If you want to be optimistic, not pessimistic, chances make champions. I agree with that. I also know you're a grown-ass man. And if one drink turns you into an animal, I promise I'll get you under control. Mabel to Charles. Man, she's throwing that cooch at Charles. Choosing the path is easy. Dealing with the repercussions is not. T, no doubt. All right, 7 things to know about episode 205. 205. Let's start with Big Meech. Meech and T catch up with Cousin James, right? Meech whooped his ass, pistol whipped him, and took his car. Dope. When they got down to Atlanta, because they went to Cleveland first, when they got down to Atlanta, Earl was fly as fucking that sweater, man. It was like a Coogee with leather on that motherfucker. That motherfucker was dope. The boys, and this like, these for Meech and T, I damn near can combine them. They had different parts to play, so I'm not going to combine them into one thing to know. You know what I mean? As far as takeaways, I'm just going to break down each of their characters and shit. But they were in so many scenes together, they really was never not apart, which I liked. And I think they instinctively and, what word am I looking for? Deliberately always had them two together. Because what did Charles say at the end, the last episode? Y'all make sure y'all take care of each other. So they never separated. You never saw them in Atlanta separated. That was great shooting. That was great writing to write that in. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. Boys went to Earl and asked him about, you know, what can they get him with $15,000? He said, no, that ain't enough because it's a drought. Told him about a man named Pint who makes 1 and 2. Meaning take a whole key, whip it with the whatever you're going to cut it with, and then make it into 2. Meech and T have a conversation about their mothers or their children. T is worried about Mo treating her nose when she's Denise's lifeline. No doubt you can't trust a drug addict, alcoholic, when it comes to making some tough decisions like that, especially with that powder. I think that powder a little bit different because you can get hooked on that shit and it tear your world up. Alcohol can too. Too much sugar can as well. Too much salt can as well. So you got to be mindful of that. Whatever you delve into, you can't go overboard. Too much anything could kill you. That's what I say. You eat too much kale, that shit gonna overload. Too much vitamin C, you gonna overload. So we all good. Boys fly as fuck in that Gucci and that MCM. Man, they was fly as fuck. Met up with Ty. They got Ty Washington at an HBCU football game. Dope-ass crib. And I must say, it was a lot of thick women in this episode. A lot of thick women. At the strip club, I don't, you know, it is what it is. Love it. So he was talking to Ty. They went to Ty Washington crib, and he was just saying, man, this is a dope-ass stash spot, and a Nintendo on the ottoman. That was dope. Man, brought back some mad memories. He asked about Pint, and then Pint was looking. Now, I knew when they walked into the crib, right, the way dog was whipping that shit, and he was making like bread loaves and shit like that, but the way he was whipping, they knew what was going on. And then he asked this guy, Ty Washington, for a front of 15 kilos, and not in a drought, Ty said, you know what I'm saying? And he's right. You can't move that type of weight in a drought. And if you do, they got to pay extra, way extra. You got to hold that because the prices is high. Niggas can't buy that much. So you hold it. Meech and T rolled up on Goldie and wanted their money back from the dice gang because they went up in there and fucking, we'll talk about T, what he did when I get to T. Rolled up on him, rolled up on Goldie with the guns. They go and see they go into the dice game. Meech said his name is Rico Seville. Rico Seville, man. That shit dope. Rico Seville, nigga. So when they got the money from the dice game, they went back to Ty Washington, told T to give him the keys to the Benz. He's like, nigga, I'll buy you another one. Word, bro. Man, I love Meech. I'll buy you another one. Womb to the tomb. Nigga, like, yo, I got you, cuz. Give them Benz, man. We trying to make moves. We got to get this shit back off. Because that's what I'm talking about later. Y'all got to remember, they have 25 kilos they got to give back. The money for that shit, man. So they got to, man, it's crazy. All right, let's move on to T. T's crazy ass talking about get them to a dice game and get them some more dough. Like I'm a proponent of not playing games with my money. So to me, I don't gamble. If I did go down to the casino or something, I might have a limit, but I don't have money like that to blow. We can talk about everything I may blow on other shit, but gambling just not my thing. So T funny. T dropped 7,500 on the first row. T, man, you trying to come up real quick, cuz and that's when Misha's like, what the fuck is you doing, man? We out of town. You trying to drop 7,500 on the first row, T? You can't do that shit. I thought they only had 15,000 on them, so man, you took half the money. He was like, I think something wrong with the dice. Like, no, nigga, you just crapped out on the first try. Maybe, maybe not. Look where you at though. T had on this velour brown Puma jacket that I've been wanting. And T funny, T wear the jackets and he wear the jeans. That was the style for them back in the day. For his style, you know what I mean? I need the whole suit now, you know what I mean? I have that velour Puma jacket in my Amazon cart, but I can't find the pants. Like, I can get a Sergio Tacchini, but the Puma is cheaper, and I got some shoes that go with them. I got these Fedora Pumas. I already know what I'm wearing with them, but whatever. Anyway. Ty asked him about who took a bet when they shot the dice, right? Who took the bet? Nobody. Motherfucker, what are you thinking? T asked Ty for another dice game. He ain't with it like, no, dog, we can't play games with our money. Told them to conserve their dough, and he'll find pint for him, right? Big Mike, so they roll up on Goldie to get him in a dice game. Big Mike first was hesitant. Big Mike thinks the dice that T rolling are loaded. I'm like, ain't them the dice that y'all got at your dice game? Like, though? He pressed him about it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, man, if he something happen funny, I'm killing all y'all motherfuckers type shit. Like, damn. And he told Goldie, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with you no more, Goldie. Like, and I'm going to kill these niggas. Like, damn. They hit, took all the motherfucking money. You know what I mean? And Goldie said, nigga, I ain't fucking with you no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, yeah, bitch ass nigga, what is wrong with you, cuz? You got to chill. Like, y'all get the fuck out. Like, he was mad at the motherfucker. So they get back to Ty Washington crib. They find out the Ty Washington guy is pint. And he said he'll charge them a bird to whip it. Like, so we in a drought. I don't know. What we talking? You know what I mean? What we talking back then? And I don't even know. Like, 7,500. What we talking? But what, you know what I'm saying? What much we talking just to whip it? Man, that's a hell of a business. You know what I'm saying? I get the price of a bird to whip your birds up. Like, man, it's a hell of a business. I'm just saying. Man. So Pint showed them how to whip, and Teak over the reins for the whipping shit. Like, he showed T how to do it because he was hesitant. Like, man, I won't be special if motherfuckers start learning how to do this shit. But he plugged them, showed them how to do this shit, told them you got to talk to the cocaine. It's a girl. So you got to talk to her like it's a girl when you whipping that shit. Like, man, and the power of speaking to things, right? Like, I was always told that when you speak to things, you become one. Everything is made up of elements. Everything is made up of atoms, right? So they're living organism, everything. This microphone, these glasses, this sweater. But living things like plants and all that shit, like, talk to the plants, they grow better. Like, I'm supposed to go touch every leaf of my plant every day, let them know Dad loves them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be doing that shit. That's why my plants ain't growing the way they need to. So I just have to make a conscious effort to go out there a minute every day. But anyway, I agree with Pint. Talking to things makes things happen better for you, putting everything in the atmosphere. Damn, man, I switched my configuration of this studio, and I don't like it. Got a new desk though. But it's important to understand why they had to double the product in a drop, because everything costs more. They can get way more dough with double the product. They can get way more dough with double the product. They can get way more dough with double the product. And they're 25 kilos in the hole back home in the D. So T tells me I'm back in 100%. And then while they were sitting at the table at Ty Washington crib, Nicole called T about the man that killed Darius is at the house. Man, woo. Now, when they get to Atlanta, let's enter Goldie, right? Monique's character. I must say, she's coming in like a hurricane through her pristine, just attack of the character that I saw initially, man, she gonna play the shit out of this role. She gonna play the shit out of this role. I got to do some more research, because if 50 contract with Stars is up, is this the last season all these shows gonna be on Stars? Like, I need to know, because these shows can't get canceled, fam. Monique came in, it was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing, man. Knock out of the fucking park. You know what I'm saying? The initial home run, man. And they said Atlanta got country niggas. She funny. T caught her eye, though. I seen the way she looked at T. T caught her motherfucking eye. She gives up Mike at a dice game to get their money back. Big Mike told her he ain't fucking with her, took the dice and threatened to kill the boys. She told Big Mike she ain't fucking with him after the boys game. I love that. So now she told him shit moved different in the A, y'all. Y'all got to be careful out here, though. I love that for that. Let's talk about Lucille and Charles. Lucille wants to go on a church retreat. Charles ain't having it with the turmoil with the boys, so he's clapping back at Lucille more. She wanted Nicole to go upstairs. Like shit, you act like she don't know what the fuck is going on, man. So she went for the porn mags again, and he took Swift's advice and moved the bitches. Like, so she just struggling. It's like Lucille want to leave, but leave to do what? You know what I mean? When you want to leave, but leave to do what? The ups and downs of marriage, man, I love their characters because it shows the ups and downs of marriage, but most of the shit is an honest conversation, and the motherfucker get off the bullshit. Charles trying to make an honest living, do everything he's supposed to do. You going to your mama crying about the shit your life turned out, you don't like it type shit. Like, basically saying you wish you was with a rich man and shit. Like, but it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's ups and downs, though, with this shit, man. He got the car service now. He trying to do the best he can. It's ups and downs, though. But yo, Lucille, she's filling out that damn dress. Lucille, man, just, man, I like, damn, Lucille. They make her look old. She ain't old. They make her look old just because you know what I mean, the dress and the hair and shit, and conservative Christian woman and the things. So I appreciate that. But her character, man. Lucille stepped up outside that church when Sister Riley was talking to Brother Charles and finally showed him some love and kissed him and shit. He's like, whoa, shit, really? You gonna show me some love? DZ rule number 1, never go out of town or let your man go out of town without breaking him off something, because temptations are real. Never go out of town, let your man go out of town without breaking him off something, because temptations are real. Never go out of town and let your man go out of town without breaking him off something, because temptations are real. And this goes the other way too. You never let your female go out of town like that. Charles goes back to Mabel's house to do some handiwork, and she presses the shit out of him and offers him an invite to a get-together. She's divorced. I see it, and y'all know what's going to happen. Charles ends up at Mabel's house for the party. She grinds on him and all that, and offers him some wine. Another woman thanks her for inviting him and grabs his ass in the crack. What the fuck? I'm like, is this a swinger set? Women grabbing niggas in the crack of their ass? I don't know about that shit. And man, hold up. Lucille presses Sisters Riley when they get back from the church retreat. If she's sleeping with Charles, that's fucked up. Lucille's a hypocrite judging that sister. She just was a nice, clean Christian woman that just really likes to make music with Charles. You know what I mean? Like, she ain't the one you got to worry about. And that's how it always is. Women, y'all intuition is fucked up all the time. It's not true. It's not fact. Y'all just get lucky. Y'all just get lucky. Y'all just get lucky. The woman y'all need to worry about, the shit y'all need to worry about is right in front of your face. Y'all think it's somebody else because of their movements. Watch your person's movements. Lucille apologized. She wouldn't have to worry about Charles if she fucked him. First of all, that's just silly as fuck. Of course, at the party, everybody left. Mabel got up on him. Charles gave in. Like, dog, you ain't busting no nut. Old girl throwing it at you. Problems at the crib. You know that shit is. I mean, or even if you ain't got problems at the crib and you solo, and you really don't want to do it with the chick, but you're bored or you don't know what to do, and that's what you do. I felt that before. Yo. If you keep going around her and keep playing around, you're going to get it. Because she's going to give it to you. We don't take it. She's going to give it to you. So, Charles sinned, right? He had it in his mind previously. God-fearing man. God-fearing family. He sinned. He had it in his mind. He knew what he was going to do. That's why he kept on going back. He kept on going back. Lucille came in after the bullshit and apologized. But Charles bust really quick with old girl. Then he bust another quick one. But this is after he bust that quick one with no rubber. He ain't put no rubber on and fuck Mabel. We got to remember what time it was, though. But shit, Charles, he got that quick one out the way. I'm like, okay. And I don't know if y'all was watching. First off, Lucille filled that dress, and then Lucille, I like the way she gave it up. Yo, I like the way she gave it up. But damn, Charles, you bust quick again. The stress of a relationship is making that man bust quick. Yep. Lucille pulled the doubt out after all this when Lamar showed up at the crib. She pulled the right shit out with the prayer. Like, just, yo, because you seen him stand up straight. Like, yo, because if he a God-fearing man, Lamar felt that shit. And we know when Nicole did, called her brothers right away. Coach Bryant tells Denise she faces life, right? Denise gets pressed with the button. Denise be like, man, fuck. She like, man, what the? Man, I love Denise. Denise gets pressed with by the boys with life, right? So Mo comes in and gives the offer of do a little jail time and they will pay for her son's college tuition. If not, you already know. So Coach Bryant's son, Kevin, shows up after someone takes his shoes. He's trying to understand his son and his ways because his son ain't going to go just smack somebody in their shit because you got to build that into a kid. And once you build that into a kid, they're going to start smacking everybody in their shit. Might smack you in your shit. So as a parent, you got to be careful. You always want your kid to feel like they're protected. But in the real world, we know is vultures and snakes and lions and tigers out here and bears that's coming after the kids and preying on the weak because they pussy. They ain't going after the tough kids. They preying on the kids that they know ain't going to come at their ass. These soft-ass motherfuckers do that. You know what I mean? He's just trying to be a good dad, though. But his son doesn't want to fight back. He's just like, man, I'm cool, Dad. I'm whatever. So he went to Kevin's school to talk to the principal, and the principal's asked him, well, you know, if Kevin don't say shit, I can't do shit. Sounds like my deal at my school with this basketball shit. The girls got complaints, but ain't saying nothing. For what? It's just dumb. There ain't no complaints. So whatever. I mean, if you're scared, you're scared. But if it's really an issue, it ain't an issue. If you don't want to say nothing because you're scared of what's going to happen, you got to be concrete in your convictions. Like, yo, Kevin saw the cat, didn't say a damn word. Pops peeped it, though. So, and they just standing there looking at him like, yeah, nigga, I want you to say something. They cocky asses is going to get it now. The question is, I have for all of y'all, should a parent fight their kids' battles? No. Now, you assist your child in model appropriate behavior. That's what I say. But you can't fight all of their battles. You stand up with them, let them know they're not alone, and you go and be who you're supposed to be, their parent, and support them through the process. You can't let your kids let motherfuckers just tee off on them, though. So Denise gets possession for less than 650 grams. Damn, that's a hell of a deal. She had 3,000 grams. So they had the other brother. K9 is now on the cops' radar for the shooting outside St. Amelia's. So now he gonna be on the run. We know he gonna need his money from me. This shit finna get crazy real quick. Jen is on Brian about Kevin, about, man, you gotta figure out how you gonna parent your little brother, and told him her story and why she's a police officer. Appreciated that. I really love her character and her development. She's a police officer, but she's trying to do shit the right way. Told him to make the world safe for the people they love, and that's what he did. You know what he did? Straight to my man B. Mick. B. Mick, Brian came to B. Mick to handle them kids. He like, I ain't coming here for Meech. I'm coming to you from some other shit. So what Big Mick do? Rolled up in the dress pants, player on Little Dog, told him to leave Kevin Bryant alone. Little nigga said something back, and Big Mick whooped his ass. That's how it's supposed to go, motherfucker. You know who I am? BMF, motherfucker. Okay, so finally, Lamar. Lamar here chin-checking cats for their money and Jews. Motherfuckers are shook when they see Lamar. Like, the synonymous of this character and Omar is just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? For the neighborhood goon type shit. Checking cash for their money and Jews. Hurry up, run that. Like, for real. Lamar had on 6 chains at the diner. He just getting everybody's shit. He be having niggas shook. And they cleaning up on this Lamar tax shit. Cousin Al was like, man, where my money at though? Shit, you know what I'm saying? But Lamar wants Mo back. Fuck, here we go. You know what I'm saying? He go up to the crib. Mo put out on Lamar like, nigga, you forgot you beat my ass in front of our daughter. I ain't fucking with you, fam. He talking about Meech shot me. You shot Meech, nigga. Like, what the fuck is it? It is what it is. Like, he's trying to get back, but please don't fall for it, Mo. You entertaining conversation. I know his baby daddy, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes to goes at the end of the show, goes up with Lucille, talking to Lucille, and Lucille put out that word, and that word stopped him from doing some stupid shit. My thing is, where was that detail at? So Meech and them got some issues. All right, y'all. With that detail, it should have been there. Well, we predicted Lucille and Charles are upset about the boys beneath their faith the most. Charles questions Lucille's about going on church retreat, what's going on with the family. Yeah, we know how all that happened. Brian presses D about getting caught with 3 kilos. Yep, she get charged with 650 grams or less instead of 3,000 grams in a kilo, into 3 kilos. Mo shows up as D lawyers. Yep, give her the player deal. We'll put your son through college if you go sit down for a couple of years for this shit. Boys arrive in A, find their man, Ty Washington, learn the rules with Goldie. T believes in the move, and this is the place for them. And then Nicole get them that call. Meech believes in themselves and them. Yeah, it's room to the tomb. And now they got to head back to the D with the dope. They got to get there because Nicole called. Next episode predictions, 206. What I think, looking at it, Alvin tells Lamar the Flannery boys are on the street and they're sending a clear message. We see the boys in the Jeep. We see T cock back that Uzi. Man. Man. Meech tells Earl everyone has to earn their badge. LaWanda asks T if he's back in the game with Meech, and she was looking real nice in that sweater. That's that. I tell you, that 90s women, man, real nice in that sweater. T tells Charles, Meech and I are our business, man. Charles responds, y'all both gonna end up dead or in jail. Charles already know he's trying to save his boys, but man, they got to do what they were born to do. This shit, man. BMF, we see the crew outside of a taped off scene. So somebody got murdered, somebody got shot. Man, and I don't know who that could be. It could be anybody. Jen tells Bryant he's hiding something from her. Again. B. Mickey tells Bryant him and Meech got history, so dog, I'm not going to be able to do it. B. Mickey might just have to go to jail then. He might just have to go to jail. Meech asks Mo if she saw Lamar. She tells him he's going to have to come at an angle he doesn't expect to get him. We see Lamar has a shotgun running around the side of a house. Somebody tells Meech they have a problem. Meech is taken out of a party. He got the full fur on. I don't know if he's in Atlanta or he's back in Detroit. It looked like he's in Atlanta. So but he's taken out of the party. So we got to see what's that shit all about, what's going on. We see guns. We see punches being thrown and all that shit, man. Hey, yo, every episode, man, the shit is getting better and better and better. We're halfway through. So if I got my what's going on next, we made the play with the Atlanta Cats. We got to come back and give K9 his money for them 20 keys. We got to give Boom his money for them 5 keys and cut ties with that shit. We come in with the dope to try to be a major supplier to D, but we going nationwide now. They had the Cleveland play, but their cousin fucked that shit up. So we got Detroit, we got Atlanta. We make moves. Our man Ty Washington down there, Goldie down there, Pint down there. Like we setting up for some major shit finna happen. And I think they're probably gonna focus on this Atlanta to Detroit shit the rest of the series. A season, I should say. And Lucille and Charles, I think Charles is going, because he's a Christian man, is gonna have to come clean about what he's done. And that might put a strain on the family. I believe possibly, I don't know. They brought Lamar back for a reason because it's the story, right? So if Lamar doesn't die, like, I'm trying to figure out how this shit gonna happen with him. Detective Jen and Detective Brian got to come up with something big for somebody. So I think that might be B. Mickey. B. Mickey just end up going to jail because he ain't gonna turn in his boys. He killed this girl who was carrying his baby. That's too much. He just need to sit down and recalibrate, recalculate, regenerate, just get everything back to the way to make him effective and efficient out here. And shit, I think it's just gonna be a wild story. It's gonna be some shit going on, killing, dope being sold, and the boys getting out of trouble. You know what I mean? Getting into trouble, get out of trouble, getting into trouble, getting out of trouble, getting into trouble, man. The story's real. So, you know what I'm saying? It's fabricated, of course, but man, it's a great story, it's a great show, man. I can't wait. So thank y'all for listening, tuning in, watching BMF Reverberation podcast on the Konfidence in the Klutch Network. Get your confidence together, get your clutch together, listen to and follow the network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast, search Konfidence in the Klutch. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, DZ, that's DZD, Dizos, Don P, Don D, Don Rilla, host the BMF Reverberation podcast, the Confidence in the Klutch podcast about the hit TV show BMF. Have a safe and healthy night. If you're listening during the daytime, create a great day on purpose, y'all. I'm out. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the Klutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the Klutch.
Confidence in the Klutch.